Hey guys, so today's video is going to be kind of like a battle of the brands kind of video. I actually haven't done a video like this on my channel before, I don't think. But I'm basically going to be taking a high-end product and comparing it to a drugstore product that pretty much claims to do the exact same thing, and we're going to see which one is better. And the reason why I came up with this video is because I recently purchased the Kat Von D tattoo liner in Trooper, and then a couple weeks later I purchased the Jessie Girls liquid eyeliner, and I was like, this is very similar. And it's literally less than half the price. So that's what I am doing today, and I am putting them to the test, and I'm going to be comparing these two products. I actually have a demo of me applying this one to this eye and applying this one to this eye, which I will get into in a second, but really quickly I just want to talk about them. The reason why I'm comparing these two as opposed to so many other different drugstore liquid liners is because I feel like the tip is so similar. Most liquid liners that come in the pen form like this usually have a felt tip. Both of these have a brush tip, which is really what intrigued me into buying the Kat Von D tattoo liner in the first place, is the fact that it was a brush tip applicator and not a felt tip. I feel like brush tips are a little bit easier to work with and you get a more steady line, and I really love brush tips. And then when I purchased the Jessie's Girl one, I didn't know that it wasn't felt tip, and when I got it in the mail I was like, oh my gosh, it's a brush tip. I realized that the tip was pretty much exactly the same. And then suddenly the Kat Von D one wasn't that special. So I wanted to put them both to the test today, and I'm going to be wearing them throughout the entire day, and at the end of the night I will come back and we will kind of see which winged eyeliner held up better. Because if the Jessie's Girl lasts just as long as the Kat Von D one, I probably will not repurchase the Kat Von D one anymore, because the Jessie's Girl is $6.99 and this one is $18. Even the packaging is the same. The only difference is this is really shiny and silver and this is like a matte black packaging, but they pretty much are the same size and have the similar little packaging. It's so crazy how similar they are. I know that there's another liquid liner by Physicians Formula that also has a brush tip that is very similar to these, but I believe that one is like $12 or $13. I'm not exactly sure. This one again is much cheaper than that one as well. By the way, you can find Jessie's Girl Cosmetics at Rite Aid or at jessiesgirlcosmetics.com, which is where I bought this one, by the way. I will say, I'm not exactly sure if this is cheating or not, but the Jessie's Girl one does claim to be waterproof when the Kat Von D does not. So that can be a major issue to some people. Some people don't like waterproof liquid eyeliners. I don't see why anybody wouldn't, because waterproof tends to stay on a lot longer. But do take that into consideration. This one doesn't claim to be waterproof when this one does. But we're still gonna try it out because I find that the Kat Von D one does last a pretty good time. Anyway, as for how much product comes in these little suckers, the Kat Von D one has 0.02 fluid ounces and the Jessie's Girl has 0.017 fluid ounces. So the Kat Von D one does have a little bit more, but for the price, if this one is better, I would definitely go with this one. We'll see, I don't know. So I'm gonna quickly go ahead and show you guys the demo of me applying the Jessie's Girl one on my left eye and then the Kat Von D tattoo liner on my right eye. So I applied the Jessie's Girl eyeliner to this eye right here, and as you can see, it is so black. Like, it is really pigmented. Like, that is a black line. And what's great about the Jessie's Girl one is that I didn't have to go back into the bottle or like the tube, shake it up and apply it again. It didn't dry out while I was doing my eye. So love this eyeliner. This is just a closer look. And then this is the eye I applied my Kat Von D tattoo liner with. This is in the shade Trooper, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that. The Jessie's Girl only comes in one color. I'm not exactly sure how many colors this one comes in, but we talk about Trooper today. I was kind of trying to stay in frame so you guys can see me applying it, that I kind of messed up with it, so let's ignore that. Again, also very, very black and very, very pigmented. This is the Kat Von D right here. Super easy to apply. And this is a closer look of this eyeliner, even though it's a little funky and crooked. Okay, so I had a little bit of trouble applying the Kat Von D one on this eye because I always do. It's really difficult for me to apply eyeliner on my right eye, always, all the time. But as for how they apply so similar. It's just pretty much holding the exact same thing. Okay, so I will wear these for the rest of the day and then I will check back in with you guys at the end of the night and we will see who won the battle of the brands. Hey guys, it is now 7:45, almost 8 o'clock at night. I realized that earlier today I didn't tell you what time it was, but I started filming this video at like 2 in the afternoon. That's usually the time that I sit down and film. And the eyeliners look great. So I've had these eyeliners on for almost 6 hours, which isn't a very long time, I know, but I figured it was a good enough time. But anyway, they both look absolutely great. They pretty much look exactly the same as they did when I applied them. Now keep in mind, I was home all day. I wasn't like working out or running in the rain or anything like that. So I can't really tell you that this will last all day at school if you're like rubbing your eyes and really sleepy and all that stuff. But they look good. The Kat Von D one looks exactly the same as it did when I applied that, but that was to be expected with the Kat Von D. I've heard so many good things that it lasts all day and that it does not budge, and I agree, it doesn't. It looks really great. It's still super, super black, super matte, and perfect. Well, the wing doesn't look perfect. The wing looks a little bit, but you know. I am so impressed, honestly, with the Jessie's Girl liquid eyeliner because just like the Kat Von D, it looks exactly the same as it did when I applied it. No sponginess, it hasn't faded. Some liquid eyeliners, I've noticed that throughout the day, it'll turn kind of gray or my skin will start peeking through the eyelid. You know what I'm saying? That happens to me a lot, and that didn't happen with this one. It stayed intact. Also keep in mind that I have dry skin, so I have dry eyelids. I don't have oily eyelids, so I do not know how this would work on oily eyelids. Mine are pretty dry, so. But yeah, overall, I do have to say that I love them both equally. I think they're both equally good. So in terms of who won this battle, I'm going to have to go ahead and give it to the Jessie's Girl one, only because it is $11 cheaper than the Kat Von D one. Even though this one has a little bit more product, with the price of the Kat Von D one, you can go ahead and buy 2 of these and then they'll last longer because it's 2 of them. Okay guys, so that wraps up this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you like these kind of videos, let me know down below and I will continue to do like battle of the brand kind of videos if you're into that stuff. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye! He's playing Ariana Grande Problem while I'm filming.
I can't pick up right now.
I'm trying to film a video and I hear your music.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll keep it to myself.
Thanks.
You're just jealous because Ariana Grande wants this.
Ariana Grande doesn't know who you are. Well, the wing isn't perfect, the wing is...
I got one less problem without ya. I got one less problem without ya. Come on, honey, this.